Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning's Messages of Love from Above. So happy to see you. Welcome back for all of my tribe, my friends. Thank you for being here. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. We'll get into things here in a moment. But we like to start off uh, coming back to this moment, coming out of the chaos, coming out of the future, coming out of the past and coming back to right here, right now in our hearts. And we do that by taking a big, deep breath. And while we're holding it for just a moment, thinking of something that we're grateful for in this moment. It's one of the amazing things that helps raise our love vibration within us. So, and then you can release when it feels comfortable for you too. All right, so let's take a big, deep breath in. Beautiful. And then we will bring in the singing bowl here. I do hit it 3 times, and each time just imagine a beautiful cascading waterfall of eternal, unconditional love energy from the cosmic Father and cosmic Mother, our Creator, that fills up our heart, fills up our mind, our thoughts, our brain, our bodies, the cells of our body, our energy, our energetic field, our lives. It fills it up and then flows out to the world because we know the world can always use some extra love, right? So here we go. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Put her back here on her shelf, her little throne back there. All right, all right. So thank you so much for joining me and do that. And hey, everybody. Good to see everyone. So we'll get started here in a sec. So, welcome if you're new to my channel. How the free readings work, we do go down in order, first come, first serve down the chat. There's no special list or anything like that. The chat is it. So you just put your question out there, or if you don't want to put your business out there, I get it. You can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows all, and we'll for free readings pull like 1 to 2 cards for those. And then if anyone makes a donation, I do honor those energy exchanges. I prioritize those readings, stepping out of the free readings. I dive deeper for those two, pulling more cards. And then once I'm done, I return back to the free readings. My YouTube channel members also get, for their free readings, they get second priority under donations, and you'll see their names with green with badges. I have some here. Shout out to Kelly. Hey, Kelly, and Kevin. Hey, Kevin and Johanna. So good to see you guys. Hey. So welcome, welcome. Um, and if you're interested in becoming one of my YouTube channel members, there's two levels. Zen Cricket is $2.99 a month, and my Praying Mantis is $7.99 a month. In addition to being prioritized in all the sessions, on Fridays and Saturdays, I don't come back on and complete free readings that I don't get to during the sessions, but I do complete my donations and my YouTube channel members. So you always are guaranteed to get your answers to your questions on those days. Sundays are different. I'll talk about that in a sec here. Um, and then also, in addition to all of that, on Wednesdays, we have a 2-hour session for all my YouTube channel members for free readings. We do oracle readings, past life readings, all sorts of fun stuff. And then on Thursdays, my Praying Mantis members, the higher level, they get an additional 2-hour session. Plus, on Friday and Saturday nights after the session, an hour each. And after this session today, an hour. Sunday's a little different. I mean, not Friday, Sundays, whatever I don't complete in the 2 hours after I go spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members and eat, I come back on and finish all readings. So if you post a question, you will get an answer from Spirit sometime today, guaranteed. But if you're interested in becoming a YouTube channel member, there's a link down below that'll take you to the little screen. You can choose Zen Cricket or Praying Mantis level. I think that's it. If you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat down below. And then also in the description box of the video, I have listed my Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, and Square. And I don't have set dollar amounts because everyone's finances vary and cost of living is different across the world and rates of exchange and everything. So whatever you give from your heart is always the perfect amount. All right. All right, so that's the blah, blah, blah. We're going to continue to use these craft cards tarot today. They're the standard tarot, but they're just a little bit coloration differences. A little more subtle, calm. I really like those. So we'll do that. Yeah, so we'll get started with donations. I do have a quadruple donation from Nova. Thank you so much. So you'll be up first. And then Maria, you'll be up after that. And then Johanna, you'll be up after that. All right. So let's shuffle these up. We did enter Mercury retrograde's pre-shadow. It was on Thursday. And so we'll start to feel those little impacts of it. Mercury, of course, rules over communication. You know, Mercury was the messenger of the gods with the little shoes with wings on them, if you recall, the one that does like I think it's the emblem for one of the old flower delivery services, but so they're the messenger of the gods. So it's about communication and travel and movement. So some of those things can start to get a little bumpy and a little staticky, but it's great energy around anything around communication and travel and things like that to revisit and edit things. We can use that energy in a positive way, as one of my favorite astrologers. Um, it's the rewilding with, I think it's Sarah Lynn. I forgot her name. I really like her. She's someone I found recently. She goes, use the astrological energy. Don't let it use you. So I like that. All right. So let us get into it. All right. So Nova, thank you so much for your first donation there with the wait for it sticker. And you want to know, how have you been growing and what do the spirit guides want to say about your recovery journey so far ever since you've gotten out of the hospital? Recently been feeling more energy. Yeah, the hole in your arm is a lot smaller. Yeah, definitely kicking in, healing. That is great. And yeah, your body's definitely recovering. Even sleeping half a day, it's good. Our bodies need that sleep and rest, so it really rejuvenates itself while we're sleeping. So yeah, keep doing that. Oh, I like it. And you feeling healthier. I love it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, your energy is different and it's impacting your body different too. So I like that. All right, let's see what your spirit guides have to say here. So, how have you been growing? We'll take a look here at that. Okay, put that one there. And what do they say about your recovery journey, health wise? All right, there we go. All right. So, how have you changed? What do they want you to know? First of all, oops, little nudity. Yeah, we have the world card. So, this is the card of, you know, ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, less expectations, less rules, less restrictions, more freedom of mind and heart and body and energy, coming in here too. Yeah. This is less expectations. The 3 of Swords is my expectations equals disappointment card, and with these 3 cards coming out together, we'll see what the 3rd one is here, but this is the ending of the old expectations, letting stuff go that no longer serves you, in your mind there. Yeah, and a change of your energy. The 10 of Wands, this is when we're talking about an energy difference. The 10 of Wands, is either burden or harvest. In this case, it's the burden changing to harvest, where, you're investing a lot of energy in a lot of different areas of your life. And there's something about when we get challenged, like if we get ill or something huge happens in our life, something suddenly like a tower moment, which is the bottom of the deck, when we have something that seems destructive, something that hits, like 9/11 when the actual Twin Towers got hit in New York. It shakes everyone and it brings us back to the moment. And that's like pain. Pain and difficult things bring us back to now because it's happening now and it really super focuses us. And this is what's happened with the energy is we stop investing energy in stuff that doesn't matter because when we go into this mode of urgency and importance, we really get a lot of clarity around what's truly urgent and what's truly important. And this is what helps break a cycle. Um, and Sometimes I feel like the world needs constant destruction in order to get our attention because we get used to, oh, okay, well, that's over. Now I'm back to the old, you know, arguing and investing energy in all sorts of stuff that is not a waste of time, but we could use our energy better, right? Yeah. Yeah, and being sober, definitely the clarity of mind that comes in. That's why they were talking about, you know, it just really in all areas of our mind, our emotions, our physical bodies, energy. It's just all changes when we have that focus that comes in here. And so that's a big thing that's been happening here is letting go of the old ways of thinking, the supposed to be's, should be's, need to be's, and the world card being the last card in the major arcana is like an end of a cycle, an end of a phase, completion of it, and moving into something else. And so you do feel like something's changed because it's like it shook and rattled some stuff that fell off that you haven't picked back up again, mentally, emotionally, and I like that for you. As far as your recovery, yeah. Well, here you go. Exactly as you had said. Ace of Pentacles, you feel like it's a new opportunity opening up, and there's a lot of energy is returning to you with this Eight of Wands. So it is a good breaking point, and like you said, with being in the hospital and stuff, sobering up is rough, when we're stuck in our daily routine, but when a tower moment comes and shakes up our lives, then we are taken into, a place where it's like not that it's forced, but they help us along, and the situations help us along to release things when we're out of our normal cycle, and, um, and then we don't have to pick it back up, it'll be a choice to pick it back up, not a have to kind of thing. Yeah, I love that. And then your your fortune cookie for the first one here is miracles, which says you're being asked to pay extra close attention to all the big and small miracles that have already occurred in your life, and also to those that are currently occurring and are still to come. Miracles surround you. Be on the lookout for them. It's that energy of gratitude, right? And that does change things too. When we're in the hospital and something happens, and sometimes we feel like, gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it or not, we it really sobers us up in a lot of different ways, right? But it also there's a sense of gratitude going, thank you, knowing that you're being looked out for and that there's a lot of people that want to help you in the human form too. And there's a sense of deserving that comes through it too. So I like that for you. Right. So that's what they have for the first one here. Yeah. Yeah. So moderation, right? That's good. All right. And then for your second question, thank you so much for that donation. You want to know, what do spirit guides want you to know? Whatever helps, maybe something cool. It's all cool, isn't it? All right, let's see here. What do your spirit guides want you to know here right now? Okay, what did that and that. All right. All right. So the bottom of the deck, here's that Ace of Pentacles coming right back up again, but underneath that, the Knight of Pentacles. So this is a theme when these two come out together, because here is the pentacles that this knight is on a quest for. And you can look at this Ace of Pentacles as like looking for a different, heightened way of looking at our worth in relationship to the outside world. And, you know, when we're growing up, we're given a lot of rules about how to judge ourselves, how to gauge how are we, you know, better or worse than I was, and how do I compare to other people. It's a natural part of our humanity, even if we deny it, going, oh, I don't compare myself to others. Yeah, until we're not human anymore, we're back in spirit. Our bodies and our ego, our human side, is designed to compare and contrast. That's what this world is. It's opposites. Am I cold or am I warm? Is it wet or is it dry? Is it dark or is it light? Is it day or is it night? Um, you know, is it, mushy or is it solid? There's always comparisons and contrasts in this realm. And we come down here to contrast our humanness to our unhumanness, because in understanding who we're not, we understand who we are. Like, we're beings that have natural joy. Well, when we experience sadness and depression and, you know all those lower vibrational fear emotions, we understand joy more. And the example spirit gave me to help me understand it is like, it's like air. You don't realizing you're breathing air because you're all around it all the time, until you fall into water and you're 6 feet underwater looking up going, oh wait, this isn't air, that is air. And then we have appreciation more for what both of them are too. So there is this journey that we're on of looking at our worth in relationship to the outside world differently, because we are taught, look to the outside world, define ourselves by relationships, situations, and things, and they're all unstable, they're all temporary. So when we define ourselves by all that stuff, we feel unstable. But eventually, we get bored of that. We get tired of the instability, and that's when we turn inward and upward. And this quest that we're on, we're said it's out there, and we go on all our quest for, years and years and years, and eventually we come back and we're like, we can't find it. We've looked, I feel like we've looked everywhere. And they're like, oh, it's inside. It's been here all along. Ha ha. Well, you wanted the adventure, so now you've got it. But now you can turn inward and upward, and we find the treasure. We find our pricelessness when we make the foundation of our worth the eternal unconditional love. of the other side, from what's we come, from what we're made out of. And then this is what changes. So there's this adventure, this quest we're on of finding our worth. And that's what you're on right here too. Yeah. And this is about, it changes your perspective of your dream come true. The Nine of Cups is like the dream come true emotionally card. And the Hangman tells you it's a process, it's an evolution. Clarity comes over time. There's um it's like our spirit is oil and our body and our humanness is water. It's shaken up and it's all mixed up, and we can recognize parts of it, but as we settle, as we be still, the oil separates from the water and we can see a more distinctness between what is a wish and dream of my human and what is my soul purpose, and what did I want to experience as my higher self. The more still we are, the more the oil and water separate instead of being all mixed up, right? So that is part of the journey, and so it's not a rush to get to it. It's like it's just happens. It just we don't judge it. Well, we can judge it harshly if we want to experience that, but we don't need to. We can be gentle with ourselves and go, all right, I'm settling. I'm settling down, letting the oil and water separate so I could see more clearly what is it that I truly want to do, not what I've been influenced to think that I want to do. And the and that opens up ourselves to creativity, right? Yeah. And then two major arcana here. Yeah. And so we have the justice card. Here's the clarity coming in, the balancing between the higher truths and the human truths. We got the scale, but that ace of swords allows us to see things from that higher perspective in life. And it helps us, again, separation, on the different scales. It's first of all way out of balance in the beginning of these human lives because so many small t truths rooted in fear and human contrast and supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's are piled on one side. But then that's the balancing of things that come out here. And then the power of choice is what comes in here. So the both of these really do have that kind of energy of every moment is always a choice between that lower vibrational or higher vibrational, but we're taught so much in the beginning about lower vibration, we just think that's the norm. As we experience and open up more to higher truth, seeing things clearly from a place of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude, we see things differently and then we transform. And that's part of this whole journey is not so much that we have to change and become someone different. It's like Rumi says, we don't have to find the love that we are. We just discover the obstacles that we've put in the way of us seeing that love, which is all these small t truths and beliefs that would have blinded us, and then we just slowly start to, move them away to where we can see more clearly. So it's not that we have to change, we just kind of uncondition ourselves so we can see more clearly. It's like having mud on our glasses, it's like or our goggles, you have to wash it off to see clearly. And that's the process that's going on. Yeah. And here's those expectations we were just talking about. And the Eight of Swords is the movement. You have been realizing those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets from the human side that have been making you feel blinded and bound and restricted, and these feelings of heartbreak and etc. And the Three of Swords, I don't know if I've um, saved, not saved, but shared. I haven't shared this one a whole lot. Let me grab it here. It's called here it is. Heartbreak, which is one of my episodes of Take 10 with Zen. And so if this resonates with anyone, if we feel like we've experienced heartbreak, which I could have swore I felt that because when spirit told me, well, our hearts can't be broken, I'm like, well, explain that time at times, that first time was the roughest where I felt my heart break, you know, but they were like, they explain how it's related to fear and that our hearts can never truly be broken. So that's a good video for whoever that resonates for too. But definitely, I would check that out with this because it helps us realize, okay, it all comes down to fears, and this is the release of that. So this is like a kind of a message of you have looked at a lot of these things, but we were given so much growing up that it's kind of a continual thing. Well, eventually it won't happen as often, but we have triggers that come up, and then those are flags that something can be looked at inside of us, right? Because the world just is, it's neutral. But when a story comes up that's lower vibrational, or emotion is activated that's lower vibrational, that's something, it's like something on the car, a little light going off warning you, hey, this can be looked at, right? So that's what they want you to know there. Yeah. And this is the Four of Cups. This is the emotional stability that comes in. This is the self love that's being offered that shows us that all that we're taught that we're going to find love in the outside world and it's going to complete us. But again, it's the love we're searching for is that love on the inside. So this journey, it's a quest of looking at our worth in relationship to the outside world differently, and just to enjoy the adventure, enjoy the journey. That's why we came here. It's not about getting to the outcome, because we're constantly growing, constantly learning, transforming things. So it's not we're not here to try to get to the finish line. We're here to experience the adventure and the comparisons and the contrasts. Yeah. And here you go. You got patience. So on the journey, have patience. You're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong. And there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way that you want them to in this moment. So have patience. It'll eventually work out. That's the whole thing, is trusting the journey, trusting, the process as well. And sorry, I wasn't reading here. Let's see. Get caught up here. Oh, no. You went to fight or flight and went for a run. She's a flight risk. Do they put you on the pad when you get up? The alarm goes off? Yeah. Oh my gosh, too funny. Let's see here. You're so funny. Yeah. Just trust the process, right? Yeah. We come here to experience what it might feel like to, get you know, our the disappointment and heartbreak, and it's fear, and we experience all that. Yeah, people, yeah. I know, it was a shock, because of everything that was going on, and it's like, "What happened?" But it's a good wake up. It's always a good wake up for us, so, yeah, I hear you. Hey, Sean G, shout out to another one of my YouTube channel members. Hello, hello. All right. So that was it for number 2. So let's move to number 3. There we go. And so thank you for your, is that the third eye or sneak peek? Okay. Well, I like it to be the third eye. For number 3, so you have a question for Kurt. Is it okay to struggle with getting out there, even with starting something else out? You struggle heaps, you feel bad about it, but maybe it's normal, not sure. Maybe Kurt can share something about what was like for him to start out in his lifetime stories. Yeah, they are very interesting, right? Um, Interesting that he wants to go to the Chinese fortune reading cards. Okay. We'll see what he has here. But Yeah, just looking at his start and his going, um, I feel like he he um he was a bit of a leap before you look kind of person, and he had a lot of drive to get out of where he was. And so he kind of had a he didn't have a safe space. He didn't have, like, I feel like he was sleeping on people's couches and friends' couches and trying to get away from his family when he was younger. Is the kind of energy I'm picking up, to where he was like, I I have no choice. It's like I have no place to um it's like they're showing me in my head if it's like there's I don't know. Did you ever see Frogger? You know, the little video game? It's like you're about to hit the edge of the screen, and if you don't leap onto something else, you drowned and it's over. And that's the kind of energy that they had at the time. They didn't have a choice but to leap. And they were like, "Oh my god, I gotta leap." And so they leaped into it. And so it was scary. It was, they were in kind of a perpetual fear, at that age, and then when they were younger. But it gave them, um like, because courage is not the lack of fear. Courage is fearing and doing something anyway. And that's, kind of what comes in with that. So struggle absolutely is normal, starting something new with anything. That's why school is tough, and learning a new job, we feel stupid. And, you leave one job where you're an expert and you start another job, you feel stupid again, because it's like a struggle to learn and to start something new. Our inner children like everything to stay the same, safe, and doesn't like change because it doesn't know what to expect. It doesn't like the unknown. It gets scary. There's a monster under the bed, our little inner child. So it likes all the lights on. It likes to, you know have the mattress on the floor, so there can't be a monster under the bed. It likes everything a certain way. And so that's the challenge for every human. So you're definitely not alone in that. Yeah. Yeah, and that's life, right? And it's what we learn, as we go through that. Yeah. So we got reunions here, card number 14. So let's see, what does this have to do with struggle and starting something new? Let's see. So he wanted it for some reason. So we will look at it here. So this is about walking down memory lane, catching up with friends or relatives from the past, and possible return of an ex-lover. Yeah, this is more of looking over the past. So the general energy of this is security and familiarity. It's what this card indicates. So there we go. That's what we were talking about with the inner child. I love it. Why would we think reunions would mean that? But it is. It's about security and familiarity. That's what our little inner child loves. People from your past may return for resolutions, closure of emotional fulfillment. This card, it can actually mean a return to your birthplace for a much needed break and some answers to questions currently on your mind. The symbol, I guess those symbols up there, or this big symbol, has also arisen to remind you to take more personal responsibility within relationships and embrace what you have. This card reminds us that the past is not always better, even though we like to remember it that way. Well, you're like, "Yeah, no." But, I like that realization is like, um, some of our best days are still yet to come. And the fear of the unknown is what makes us go, "Oh my god, it's gonna be worse than the past." And it's like, "But maybe it can be better," right? So around career and finances, it says you could be thinking of the past when you had more money, success, or opportunities, and thinking about making changes to your life due to some uncertainty. There's that uncertainty coming in again. Catching up with talented people from the past could bring new money, making ideas, or a new form of income. A celebration or reunion is likely, and a money making idea could come from this or someone from the past re entering your life. You know what? When I saw this, and I saw reunions, I feel like this is reunions of people from past lives. We've talked about before about, your community. And when you meet them, you're going to have this knowingness with some of them because you have been in musical troops and musical groups all the way in other lifetimes too. And this reunion, it's like there's this, he goes, this will help you see it as more exciting than scary, that there's a group waiting out there for you, friends of, musicians and artists that you've been with in past lives. And so they're waiting for you, and so you get to you know you can return to that camaraderie, right? um Yeah, because this talks about connections and conversations and relationships, friends from the past returning out of the blue. And this is talking about from past lives, though. Um, Let me just make sure here. They don't want me to read everything here because it's taking it off into a different place. But I love this, you know, um, this energy of connections and reunions with people from the past. And that does help us, um, with all of that. Sorry, let me just read here. Oh, chat disconnected and reconnected. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And so this is this. Um a feng shui tip. Um you can look at the double happiness symbol. I think that's what that is up there. Um or a keychain, something like that. This will attract your soulmates, which soulmates are these mates from past lives, not a lover yet, anyway. Um, so putting something or set a set of rose quartz, any kind of rose quartz stones. They say mandarin ducks, but it doesn't have to be that. That's the Chinese culture. But any kind of rose quartz will help you open up to that energy too. So, um, if you don't know what rose quartz looks like, yep, come back here. Whoa. So this is rose quartz, kind of a pink, rose-ish kind of color. So um, you can use that, and I like that. So he's talking about focus in on the reunion and not so much the fear of getting out there that that's waiting for you. Yeah. But, and you have time. I mean, there's no rush, that's why you got the patience card. There's no rush. We fear that, "Oh, I'm supposed to do this and this and this and this and this," and then I feel failing it. I feel like I'm not gonna do it right or whatever, and it's like, "No, that's not what this is about." That's what our human does. It has this long list of conditions, and then we freak out thinking, "Oh my god, it has to be this way or that way, and what are people gonna think, and I'm not gonna be well at it," and it's like, no, it's all about easing and whatever's comfortable and being patient with the process unfolding. You have the time, you have this, which is different from what Kurt had. Um, he had to leap, and it was make it or break it or die kind of, energy. And he's like, it's so much easier, for you with this, right? Yeah. Yep. It's our heart. If you listen to that heartbreak video, it just talks about how it's our body going into fight or flight. But when we take a big deep breath and we, You have all this. What are you fearing? Why is it scary? You know, what is it that you're um, fearing? And then, you know, it's like, oh, okay. Well, now that I know what I'm fearing, I can look at those fears. Like if I fear, like, well, I don't know how it all works and what will happen. Well, then go watch first, right? Go watch and ask questions. You can investigate before you leap, right? You don't have to like go, all right, well, I'm going to jump and sing songs and do all this in front of people and whatever. You can go, well, I'm going to go visit that, like if it's a bar or coffee house or whoever where they play music and people do it, you can go sit and watch and listen and experience. And then when they're on break or afterwards, just ask them questions, and you get to know things like that, right? Yeah, you do have the time now. So you can kind of just sit with it and investigate and learn. And then becomes comfortable, Um, and it's like going the first time going live, I was nervous because I'm like, oh my gosh, am I going to do it right? And it was rough and it was not, clear, and I had no idea, like, opening up and closing and how do you go about everything, and how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? How does that gonna work? Blah, 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 blah. And it was just like watching other people's channels, watching videos, you just investigate, and then you feel a little more comfortable, a little more comfortable, and that's good for everybody. Yeah. All right. So that's what they have there for you for that. All right. And then number 4, thank you for the onset and for that donation. You want to know what does the spirit guides want you to know about what's ahead? Maybe something that might be wanting you want to keep going. All right. Let me just highlight that so I can make sure I'm at here. All right. Okay. So let's take a look here. What does spirit want you to know here about what's ahead? A low-hanging branch. Look out, duck. I like it. Okay. So what we have here, you got 2, 3, and 2. Oh, I don't think I gave you I'd give you a fortune cookie for the last one real quick here. Can't forget the cookie. Nope. All right, there it is. So, yeah, healing. It's like you said, you have time now while you're healing. Your body, mind, and soul are in a period of deep healing right now. You're going through many transformations at once, and you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing you need with open arms and an open heart. So I like that. You know, you're in a healing process. Don't worry about doing all that other stuff. You're in a healing process. So now you have time just to research and think about stuff. You don't have to, you know, honor your healing. So I like that. All right. So another quest you're on. So what's coming here? This quest of self-love with the Knight of Cups. Like we had the quest for the Ace of Pentacles, which was looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world. Well, similarly, it has to do with the quest of finding what love. And again, we're told look outside of yourself for that, but we already talked about you look inward and upward to find that. And here you go. You're with new information and clarity with the Page of Swords, the Page of Cups. Both of the pages are like number 11s. It's expansion, it's evolution, it's going to a whole nother level in that, both mentally and emotionally. So they're saying that you will continue to grow and you'll continue to get clarity. And as you continue, taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically, and then going to therapy, continuing all the tools and all the stuff, it just gets more and more and more clarity and energy, and it just keeps getting better and better, and more clarity of mind and openness of heart and flow. and things do become less scary. Yeah, okay. Wow. And your life does become more secure in the outside world. You got the 4 of Pentacles, solid foundation in the outside world, the 6 of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. So your life, they're like, your life is gonna be full, um, and it's like you're not ever gonna have, like, this, um, need of security in the outside world. It just like you're gonna be so taken care of, by spirit and by, um, just things unfolding in your outside world. I mean, all 3 of those are very solid outside world, type of energies, and so they're like you have no worries of the physical world, and I like that. It's like, they will always make sure that you have that. Yeah, and here's the Knight of Pentacles that we talked about earlier, and they're like, these 2 cards came out together. It is your higher self. Here's your higher self and your spiritual posse calling you. You always get the calling, and there's your dream. This is who you are, and it's just a matter of being you and not trying to be something that you're not, and allowing it to unfold. They're like, your future is full and bright, and you're on these um, quests, and to enjoy it and to enjoy the journey. And part of what freaks us out and gets us in our fear is thinking about the future instead of just the very next step. We think, oh gosh, 1,000 steps from now, and it's like, yeah, well, you're not there, you're here. If you make that leap to 1,000 steps ahead, yeah, no one would be ready. It's like someone in there that just signed up for medical school gets sent into surgery and they're like, I didn't learn anything yet. Well, too bad. Go at it. Good luck. It's like, no, you know, we learn and we grow with each step that's preparing us for what's coming, right? So I like that. They're like, just relax, enjoy the journey, enjoy the quests, enjoy the moment. Um, and then what else do they have here? Yeah, and trust in yourself. What a beautiful card to get. You've got this. You've worked hard to get this far, and you have the ability to create the things you desire. Learning to trust in yourself and your abilities will take you to your highest timeline. So trust that you got everything you need, to have that come forward. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention here. I was like, so let's see here. You have time now. Yeah. I know, right? I can imagine you're tired. Night, night. Yeah. Yeah, right? You're growing up. Our little Nova is growing up to be a star in the sky, a Nova superstar. So it's just, enjoying the moment and taking the steps. That's what overwhelms us when we think of the future and think of possibilities and what could happen and could not happen and blah, blah, blah. It's exhausting. But when we come back to this moment and you strum your guitar and you write down some words of a song from your heart, and yeah, you're in that moment. When if you think about, oh my gosh, everything we have to do, it's overwhelming. But when we come back to right here, right now, we always have everything we need in this moment. So I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for all your donations. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Have fun. Get some rest. Isn't it like late over there in the other side of the world in Australia? All right. So up next we have Maria and then Johanna, and then we have 2 from Nelia. So that's where we'll be next. All right. So Maria, thank you for your donation via the PayPal. And for Sunday's episode of The Days of Our Lives. All right. So, first up, what are Walter's thoughts and feelings towards you? So, thoughts, feelings, nothing more than feelings. And was he trying to tell you something with the beautiful crafted sun he painted for me? Oh, an artist. An artist expressive, right? Well, we'll see what that message is. And then what's coming for you and Walter this upcoming week? Right. Okay, one card for that. And then will we hang out this upcoming week? All right. Okay. So thoughts. Yeah. So, he definitely seen things from a different perspective with the Hanged Man and the Seven of Wands, and it's a positive thing. It's looking for clarity, looking um a little bit of patience, with that too, because it's transformative energy. And the Seven of Wands, there's this wanting to be true to their authentic selves, and that's about not dimming their light or not asking permission to be who they are. And I like this. It's like a different perspective, a different feeling they have, that they're like, I can be who I am with you. Where before they would feel the fear of losing someone and the fear of rejection and that kind of thing. But I feel like they're just like, I just feel comfortable with you and I can just be myself. I don't have to try to be someone else. And we always talk through whatever, and you guys are honest with each other more than you've been honest with anyone else. And he likes that I don't feel like I have to worry about it. I'm not afraid to lose you, or that, all of the jealousies, all the insecurities that come with, other people who are, you know, vibing, all that stuff. You guys just vibe really well. The feelings, as for you today here, yeah, it's all about the Six of Pentacles, again, equal giving and receiving. And the Two of Wands is also these feelings of, it's going back and forth with the Two of Wands. This is the balancing of the scales, and it kind of, I feel like what they're doing here with this Two of Wands is they're comparing, it's like the old world with the new world and what they are imagining that it would be. So a little bit of dreaminess, of what could be, um, kind of comes in here as well. Then was he trying to tell you something with beautiful crafted sun that he painted? Yeah, well, here's the Seven of Cups. Yeah, expressing some of his emotions. He got a lot of emotions there. Um, but I feel like the sun, and I feel like we've mentioned this before, where you're like a bright ray of sunshine in his life, right? And I like that. It's like that's what he wanted to tell you, is this is how one of the things that he feels is that it just feels bright, um and it is. It's like you're not just a bright star in the dark night sky. You're the dawn that comes in and shows them this warmth. You warm and you brighten the darkness, kind of energy with the sunrise. So how cute. I like that. And then what's coming for you and Walter this upcoming week? Knight of Cups, movement of emotion, a little bit of romance that comes in. It's a little bit of sharing of the heart. It's like they're presenting the cups. So I feel like you guys share and present a little more of your emotions. Will you guys hang out this coming week? Well, I imagine so. You've got both the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, which is movement of communication, upgrades in communication, a lot of clarity. So I feel like it, and also the King of Cups, the balancing of the head and the heart. But the King of Cups is like this very compatible. It's one of my cards of compatibility, um, where people fit like a glove and you guys just recognize it. But there's a lot of communication this week. I feel like you guys talk a lot and then you guys do end up hanging out here with that. So I like it. Romance is moving. I know. I know you guys are trying to take your time, but things seem to be moving fast, right? Let's see what your fortune cookie is. All right, I wanted that one. Yeah, I like it. Speaking your truth. And I feel like this is for both of you. It's like you both have stayed silent long enough. You guys do feel comfortable speaking up, standing your ground, stating your perspectives. And you will rise to a higher vibration when you let your voices be heard. And that's what I feel. That's that comfort level I was talking about in the beginning where you guys just feel comfortable talking about everything and even talking about exes and people that you have liked or that you talk with and different things like that. And it's just about being honest and open where there's no secrets, and you guys are revealing more and more and more and more and more how you feel about each other. So I like that. All right. Hey, Maria. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention down there. I was all in the moment. You're here. You're growing up. Oh, boo 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 boo. Absolutely. Yeah, he is an artist. Yeah, all positive. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, I definitely like this journey you guys have been. I mean, you guys are fairly young in comparison, but I just feel like you guys have experienced so much in your lives already. You guys feel like you're 10 years older than you really are, more mature than people your age all the time. And that's why I feel like you guys get each other too. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your donation and for sharing your days of our lives stories with us. All right. So up next here, we've got Johanna. So thank you, Johanna, for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like since it lets me. All right. And then you're asking here, why do you feel so heavy after the last clients today? Should I set better energetic boundaries? All right, let's take a look here. Why are you feeling so heavy? Okay. And that's their advice there. Okay, they want that one too. Okay, and that one. And that one. All right. Let me just scooch these over. So you've got these like two cards, two cards, three cards, which is interesting. But you got the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight here, and we got the Page of Pentacles underneath too. So this is really important with these coming out together. And this it does talk a little bit about here about the quest of looking at your worth and relationship to the outside world. And what I feel like boundaries are going to be important piece of this for you, but there is this energy um that has this trying to do so much for clients, trying to do so much because there's this underlying kind of, it feels subconscious if you're not conscious of it, right? But if because it feels like that you're in a way defining yourself by how they do and what they do and how that comes in, what I'm saying. So it does have that exhaustion of going, you know, I feel like you're picking up on their energy and that you feel like they were like a very hard to please individual. and you felt like, gosh, I have to go so far above and beyond for them. And it's like your last client of the day. You're like, I think I feel like I'm going overdrawn in my energy. And it's like, and your last client is someone that really was kind of needy and demanding in a way. So that's what I feel, kind of, coming in there. And that's where the boundaries come in about the empathic bubble and realizing, you know, that's where it's like kind of a boundary, but it's not like an energetic boundary because I don't feel like you took on their emotions, but I feel because you felt their emotions, you did take that on to you as your responsibility. And that's where the boundary can be. But let's see what else comes in here. Yeah. So we had the Ace of Wands and the Queen, and the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So, here's all that energy, the energetic Queen, and this Ace of Swords. It feels like because maybe if this is a new client, someone that you don't know very, very well, that the expectations are like this big, that you're putting on yourself. Because maybe not that there's assumptions, but you're coming to conclusions about what they're wanting because of all that neediness. And they're going, I have it all. I need you to give me the world. And you're like, whew, okay. Let's see what else comes in here. Yeah. And you have this drive, to I want to be rewarded. I want it's not that you're, you know, a people pleaser, I don't want to go that route with this. But it is you like doing your job well and you are used to getting rewarded for doing a job well. And so when you're used to that, there kind of might be a little fear underneath the surface too of not meeting someone's expectations, a client's expectations. And it's a little bit about the client, but I feel like it's more about your bosses and about, you know, uh, you don't want to let them down. And this can go back to like childhood into school and down to your parents. You know how we talk about the Six of Pentacles, how we have this out of balance, giving and receiving. And we can still have maybe with work, we feel we have to give so much because we deserve so little. And we can, wear ourselves out. And so this is where that boundary can come in, realizing what you give. It's like my host, and like you do the work of three people, and even if you just did your lowest um output, it would still be above other people's regular output because you give this much. This is like the norm of most people. If you do a half-assed job, you would still be doing more than most people, if that makes sense. So it's being aware that being gentle with yourself and realizing, you do work your butt off, but be reasonable with yourself, right? Yeah. So here we go. Kind of confirming it here. You got the Queen of Cups, feeling everyone's emotions, High Priestess, picking up on all their energy, and the Ten of Swords, the trying to meet everyone's expectations, right? So, that's the thing is, and especially as I feel like your gifts have been expanding exponentially this year, where you're really picking up people's emotions. And, when you can sense other people being disappointed, we kind of take that on as our problem, right? Oh, that's my fault. And then we feel guilty and we feel bad and we beat ourselves up, right? But when we realize, that's their journey, and if they want the world, but I don't own the world, I can't give them the world, but I can give them this cruise to an island. Here you go. But um their disappointment is not your responsibility, because they could also have been very, very happy with what you've done and will do, right? So that comes in. Be reasonable. Yup. And then, yeah. So balance. balance in the outside. This is their advice. Balance in the outside world. Focus on joy, 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 joy. Your happiness, how full you are, and do what you love. And then you have the Eight of Wands. You have all this energy. Manage your energy, but because you do have a lot of energy, but focus it in on joy, and instead of so the 10 of cups instead of the 10 of swords, focus on what you love doing in the moment. And even the bottom of the deck, you've got joy, joy, joy. Yeah, look, have joy instead of the expectation. So again, they had the 10 of cups and the 10 of swords, and now you have the 3 of cups and the 3 of swords. So it's like, yeah, get out of your head and into your heart. Because when you live from your heart, you're always, you're not exhausted. But when you get caught up in your head and um, get in your mind, and at the end of the day, your your brain is tired, your heart is ready to get out of there and go live. So um, I feel like that's a good boundary to have with yourself. Realizing even though you pick up other people's emotions, it's not your responsibility. Don't feel responsible, but you can use it as information, but don't let it be responsibility, right? Yeah. And here you go. Connect to intuition. Repeating patterns are keeping you from making a new choice in this situation. Break free from old ways of thinking and ask for new insight. So I like that. And you can even with that 8 of wands and the celebration, the 3 of cups, that's also your spiritual posse, and ask them for, like, if you pick up on someone, you're like, okay, they're very demanding, kind of connect, use your intuition, connect to spirit and go, all right, so I'm going to send out love, and love, 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 love. That's the true gift of an empath, right? I think I've shared that video before. Of the true gift is you can push out unconditional love energy to make it easier for people to choose unconditional love instead of fear, and then ask them, okay, what interesting way can I help this person, and follow your intuition, follow your heart on what you want to do and how you want to do it, and I like that. It becomes like an adventure. All right, so that's what they have for you, my dear, my dear. And thank you, Infinity, for answering. And hello, I didn't say hello to you either. Welcome. A shout out to another of my YouTube channel members. Thank you for answering, Marianne. Sorry, Marianne. I didn't see your question yet there. So I do, of course, do see your donation, as Infinity has said. So up next, we've got 2 from Nelia, and then we will be to you. And I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name there. And then to Supernova. Those will be the donations, and then I'll be on for about another hour. So, and next, after, if I don't have any other donations, I'll be starting on my YouTube channel members, and then to the free readings. We'll see how far we get, but we will get to everyone today. Johanna Pizza question legendary. You're so funny. um, But to everyone, Sundays are special in that whatever I don't complete before I head off to go spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members or so and eat, I do come back on and finish out all readings. So you will get your messages today at some point. So no fear, no fear, no worries. All right. So Nelia, thank you so much for your donations. The first one, your popcorn sticker. Thank you for that. You'd like a general reading from now until January 1st and anything you need to know. All right. So let's take a look here. Can you believe we're 10 days into November? We're almost halfway. Before we know it, it's going to be like January 1st. Zoom. Another year flown by. All right. So what did they want you to know here? A little journey between now. All right. One more here. like a week by week kind of unfolding here. So, in the next week or so, the first card that's coming in here is the king. It is the king of all kings, the emperor who rules over all the kings. But it's Aries energy. It's this determining what I want. Right? Is this energy? What do I want? Thank you everyone for all your advice and opinions and whatever. But psh, psh, psh. I mean, plug my ears. I'm clearing the throne room. I'm going to decide what I want for my empire. I'm going to make plans and I'm going to put energy and start and take next steps. So it feels like there's clarity and decision making that comes in the next week or two, where you're deciding what you want to do and what direction you want to head and making some choices and putting things into play. Doesn't mean that you're going to do it all. It's like you got your plan together, though, and you're starting to take actions. Then the next week or two after that, yeah, you do have movement and victory. Like you're making progress and having success and putting your plan into action here. Six of Wands is a very flowing energy and it's a victory card. And you're very supported by spirit. All those other little wands over here are your spiritual posse supporting you on your journey. So you will feel supported and you're going to feel like you're making significant movement on the decisions that you made with your emperor there. And then, oops, let me cover some stuff up here. Then after that, you have the devil card. Here's Saturn, Capricorn energy. And this could be, of course, Capricorn season starts at the winter summer solstice, like around December 20th. So you're starting to feel the energy of the shaking of the Capricorn. And what's great about Capricorn is this is work. This is putting, Capricorn's the 10th house of work and movement in work and knowing what's worked before and putting things and implementing things. But it's also, they're a big taskmaster, but they're a rewarder too. And that's what I like about all this unfolding here is it's all about putting things into action, putting plans and movement, action. It does feel like, because Capricorn coming up here, this energy I'm feeling of the combo does feel like it has to do with like, what's your job, what's your career? I feel like you're really getting a lot around that coming in. Yeah, because this is like your dream come true. So here's the Nine of Cups, which is your dream career. And I was going to say dream, but well, there we go. It is. You're getting clarity around what is the dream come true as far as career and work and progression on it, and a lot of clarity coming in, a lot of effort and steps that you're taking towards living the dream that is truly what you're wanting to do, not what you feel you're supposed to do, but what you really want to do. And this is where this journey is taking you. Yeah, a lot of clarity coming in towards the end of October, not October, December. And there's this again, the Ace of Swords is seeing things from a higher perspective, from your high heart, and not your mind of you're supposed to be, your should be, your need to be. So you're getting a lot of clarity and a lot of steps being taken and altering of your course. You know you're headed off in this direction, and you're allowing the flexibility as clarity comes in to alter it a little bit, but you're just taking next steps, and you're letting the rest of the steps kind of take care of themselves. As you get closer, you get clarity and you know which route to go. I like that. Yeah, and the Nine of Pentacles. So by the end of the year, this is very feeling very self-sufficient, very independent, and you're with spirit there with the little hawk in your hand, and it's about changing direction and where do you want to head, and being true to you with that Nine of Pentacles. That's like the hermit, where it's like I'm headed in these directions. I'm doing what I want to do. So I like that. It's a great progression and it just continues into 2025. But there's a lot of clarity and a lot of decisions that you're making. And steps you're taking toward that there. Yeah. And you got grounding. So by the end of the year, you do feel very grounded and very strong. An elephant doesn't ask permission from anyone. People are like, yes, elephant. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet on the ground and enjoy the centering feeling this brings. Yeah, when we're in our head and we're in our fears and those supposed to be's and should be's, we get distracted a lot by the outside world, and it's difficult for us to have true clarity because we're so concerned about not meeting up to all the expectations that we've been told we're supposed to all our life, right? But this getting away from things, if you can take time to go away and get away from all the chaos and all the noise, you can get a lot of clarity on what you want as you connect with your heart and you get out of your head. So I like that. All right, so that's what they have for your first one there, Nelia. So thank you for that. That's the popcorn. Get ready. And then for your second one, your sticker. Thank you for that one. And he said, in the near future, will there be new light and energy technologies to help heal our bodies? Will pharmaceuticals be a thing of the past? Ooh. Of course, disclaimer, I am no scientific or, um, you know, individual professional, medical professional. So we'll see what Spirit wants us to know about what is coming forward. So, new light and energy technologies to help with our bodies. All right. And will pharmaceuticals be a thing of the past? We'll see how far in the future that is. Let's see here. All right. Yeah. It does look like there's going to be some breakthroughs because we have the Page of Cups, which is happiness. And so there is relief that's coming to help people with our bodies because allows us to be happy and look at energy, 7 of Wands, energy providing strength coming in here. So it does feel like it feels like it's and the 7 of Wands is like the sun, which would be light, you know. So light and energy technologies I feel will be coming out. Um yeah, and there's a lot of celebration of breakthroughs with perseverance through this 9 of Wands and the celebration of the 3 of Cups that comes in here. Um So I do feel like that there's gonna be some and it makes sense with this being the age of Aquarius and, it's all about technology, it's all about old ways not fitting anymore, new ways coming in, especially new technologies. So all that energy, and especially with Pluto moving into Aquarius toward the end of this month, I feel like 2025 is gonna be some significant breakthroughs will start to emerge. Eventually, I feel like it will replace pharmaceuticals because we've got the Knight of Swords. This is movement, and it might move faster than people would think, but it's gonna take time, and that's unfortunately, that's the humanity. One, they wanna make sure testing and all this stuff, and especially outside the United States, I feel like they'll really pick up on things, but it's difficult here in the United States. In some countries where pharmaceuticals are $1 billion, if not $1 trillion businesses, and they don't want people to be healthy. They want people to be hooked on their drugs, which then have side effects that need drugs to help with that, and then with that, and then before you know it, we're just consuming all this stuff to try to be healthy, and they tend to treat symptoms rather than the root cause. Well, these things are gonna help with the root cause, and it's gonna be it'll turn the pharmaceutical industry on their butt, but, I feel like it'll happen slower than people want, but faster than some people expected as well, if that makes sense. But I like that. I like that. Yeah, energy and light technologies. Maybe we're going to be visited by aliens. I've heard some rumors about that. Yeah, and look, the card Boundless Possibilities. What a perfect card for this. You're standing at the edge of limitless potential. Don't limit your dreams based on past experiences. Embrace the boundless possibilities that await you. So this is for all of us. It's like the possibilities are endless, and I like that. All right, how cool. Well, thanks for asking that, Nelia. Now we'll be on the lookout. All right. Well, thank you so much for that donation. And then, so Miriam uh, Paris, probably murdering that. My apologies. So thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And you want to know what are Rahan's actions? Again, I'm probably murdering these names. Actions toward you. All right. Let's take a look here. See what his next actions are based on current energies, of course. Futures are always like the possibilities, and they can change up on us from day to day, moment to moment sometimes. But we'll see what he's currently going on here. Wow, yeah, they're just really dissecting this deck here for you. All right. All right. Let me just move these over here. They're heading toward the edge. A lot of step by steps here. So the bottom of the deck, they do have the Queen of Cups. So there's a lot of emotion below the surface, deep emotion that I don't feel like they're quite acting on yet, but it does exist there. And it does have to be here with the Ten of Pentacles underneath it, which is about the fullness of life. And that's also my partnership card. So I feel like they have this, these desire for action regarding that, but we'll see what unfolds here, and maybe they'll tell us what's holding them back a little bit here. But they are just a lot bubbling below. They just aren't feeling comfortable yet sharing it all up front. So let's see what they have here. Okay, yeah. So the first card up is the Tower card. The Tower card does represent someone suddenly being removed out of their lives, and the Tower card, they're telling us right away what their fear is. I feel like they've had like some significant people leave their lives either through death or divorce or something, like as children, like losing favorite grandparent or a parent divorcing or a sibling or a best friend, and maybe a bunch of different ones, because they've got this fear of when they get close to someone and really care about them, they end up dying. It's like it's I'm cursed, or they end up leaving in some way, one or both, right? And so this is what's holding them back. Let's see what they're doing with this here. All right. Well, good. Well, so they do have the Empress, which is birthing and energy coming through here. So I do like this, and the Ace of Cups coming in here too, which is um, this filling up with their self-love to overflow. And so this very much is about birthing and attraction, a lot of emotion being expressed, because the queen, I mean, not the queen, the Empress is the ruler of all the queens. So she has 5 parts emotion, 1 part earth, 1 part air, 1 part fire. So a lot of emotion, and then this is the emotion filling up and being expressed. So I feel like they'll bubble up with this emotion and not be able to hold back on sharing it with you. Even though they fear it, they can't take it. They can't stand pushing it all down below. It just becomes too unbearable for them. Yeah. And then I feel like they offer the love. The 4 of Cups, I normally don't see it that way, but I do feel like this is them offering that cup to you. So I feel like they will share that, all this emotion. Are they a water sign? Yeah, and then here's the sun. So this is that Leo, childlike, abundant energy, though. It's success and bright shininess. So I feel like they're just like, I gotta do it. I can't, you know, hold this in anymore. And it's like their inner child needs to be expressed. It's like I can't take it, and they do move forward here. Yeah, and they have the hermit card. So they I feel like they're kind of an introvert in a way with this well, with all this energy, especially if they're a water sign because I feel like they're very empathic. They feel a lot of people's emotions. And that's why they're just a whole ocean of emotion within them. And this hermit card. And if they're not a water sign, they may have a water moon or a lot of water in their chart. Um, but I feel like they do need time away from crowds to recharge. So, you know, understand that they, will want to do more things one on one than in group stuff. And then that's what they would kind of, head in there. Got the justice card too. So this is this contractual things. This is interesting. But so if there's some sort of contract, if there's some sort of process they have to go through, then, this is this, the justice card is this seeing things from a higher perspective, cutting away the fears, cutting away, those kind of things going on there. Actually, we're on you right now. You just need to rewind a little bit. Perfect timing. So, with this balancing of things, this is kind of what they're going through as well. And then, yeah, the King of Swords. So they definitely, the King of Swords is the ruler over the sword suit, but all the kings are given a second portion of swords or air. So there's a lot of thinking, a lot of figuring out of stuff, trying to gain a lot of clarity as well going forward. I mean, they've got both of these got the Ace of Swords, so they're very much like relatives. But there is this, a lot of clarity in the planning and all that is going on. So I feel like they bounce back between being really in their head and then really in their heart. But they're making progress on overcoming that fear. So I would say that it won't be too long before they'll express that ocean of emotion that they have inside them. And let's see what your fortune cookie is here. All right. Yeah. So for now, be present. And it says, you are ungrounded and spending too much time in your head. Something has caused you to retreat to your mind. So it's time to bring consciousness to it so you can resolve it and start living more fully again. And that's what happens, right? We get caught into the supposed to be's and the should be's and the need to be's and the have to be's and must be's and all these expectations that we've been given all our lives growing up on who they're supposed to be, who we're supposed to be, how the things are supposed to unfold, where it's supposed to go, where it's supposed to end. It just sucks the life out of the adventure of relationship. It almost feels like it's applying for a job instead of allowing love and adventure of life to unfold organically instead of trying to control it, right? And so this is getting out of that head, trying to control everything and get into the heart and enjoy the moment and be present like it says. So I love that. All right. And that is what they have for you. So thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. And then Nova, we are to you. Tired. You have your coffee. So I think this is it's technically number 5 here for you. So, want to know, what do spirit guides and Kurt want you to know or understand about what you're experiencing and about being 19? It's weirding you out, just about everything, and about the lows you went through this year and where you are nowadays. You feel like you definitely pushed through the worst. You're 19, still going up. Seems like it just freaks you out, kind of. I didn't think I'd even make it this far, right? you're managing. I just hope you get out of this and really feel it. You will, true gently. Yeah. All right. So let's take a look here. See, are we being drawn to any oracle? Yeah, really feeling this Mother Queen of the Moon oracle, Mother Luna energy here. So let's take a look here. All right. So what they want you to know about your journey here. Yeah. Acceptance. I like this. It's a solid number 4. That's about, it's like a kitchen table with 4 huge legs on it. It's a very solid foundation, but I like this, that you're not in this alone. You've always got, you know, a helping hand that will help you through all of this, that you're not in this alone and you never have been, and you're surrounded. Wow, there's all these doves. I don't know if you can see them. All those are birds flying there. So let's see what they have here for you. Acceptance of the current situation is the first step to change. The past does not exist. The future hasn't happened. There is only right now. Little affirmation for the card is I accept where I am and who I am right now. When we examine our lives, that's so funny. That's what you're talking about. When we examine our lives and engage in some truth telling, we often are confronted with what really is. And this realization is powerful, but often we reject this truth if it's too hard to bear or we're afraid of accepting something so difficult. Wow. Each of us at some time has dodged our blind spots and then had the illumination of what actually is eventually confront us. What we do next is crucial. Do we accept exactly where we are, no matter how painful or confronting? Or do we retreat back into our illusions and remain stuck or unchanging? Choosing to accept ourselves fully and the position we are in enables us to take that next step towards growth. And when we can plant our feet solidly into the earth and say, yes, here is exactly where I am, and I accept this fully, then we can take the next steps confidently, honestly, and powerfully towards where we now wish to head. Accepting where we are right now in its fullness allows us to also accept that there may be some chaos in our change before there is full order again. And this can be an exciting feeling rather than one that generates fear if we hold our new intentions clearly. Companion stone, if you wish, to go along with this is Lepidolite, Lepidolite. So definitely you're not in this alone, and that, all the steps that have been unfolding and going through have been on purpose for a purpose, but your perception of the past and your fear of the future, it's all about kind of, coming back to this moment, coming back to this time and accepting where you're at, not judging yourself about what you should have done in the past. It's one of the things that we always do the best in our lives in the moment with the energy we have and the information we have. And then when we learn and we grow and we look back and go, oh, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, musta, but it's like, well, if I know now if I knew then what I know now, I would have made a different choice, but I didn't know that then. So there's about this, um, grace we give ourselves going, if I knew better, I'd have done differently, but I did the best with what I had, and everyone does. And when we realize that, we're a lot more gentle with ourselves and we're a lot more gentle with other people too. So I like that. Yeah, I know, right? Spirit. People channeling it. It's like your songs someday. You're going to be like, people are going to go, how does this song even exist? Yeah, and here it is. Here's your card, shame. It's the shame, letting go of the shame. You've carried this burden far too long. It's time to release the guilt you've placed on yourself and start a new chapter in your life. Set a new goal and begin taking action toward happiness. it's, it's like it goes like right with that card, right? Yeah, I can imagine that happening, Nova. It's like because you're going to share these experiences you've been through that everyone can relate to in some way, somehow. And then people are going to go like, oh my God, it's like they wrote the song for me. And a lot of people will say that. So I love that. All right, my dear, make sure to get some rest. You're like, I'm sleeping half the day. But many blessings. Much love to you. I know. Definitely. You're going to have this great group of people from past lives that you're going to be, interacting with and then impacting people's lives. So I love that. You can't see Nova in the chat. Maybe she blocked you. No, I'm just kidding. She wouldn't have. You might try going out and coming back in. Sometimes that happens in different chats. People are like, "Who are you talking to, brudda-zen?" Especially in like my Praying Mantis and stuff when there's just a handful of people and they're like, um, I don't know why are you talking to me?" Yeah. I was like, do you see Sean G Nova? Because if she sees you, then she hasn't blocked you. All right. All right. And then Patty. Hello, Patty Patty. Thank you for your donation. So let's give that a love and a like here. Oh, there we go. So for the week ahead, and can you expect to receive the rest of your furniture from the removal company? All right. Let's take a look here. Let me just shuffle these up. And I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee I've been drinking. All right. So let's take a look here, Patty. What do they want you to know for the rest of the week? And then will you be getting that furniture? Is that one there? All right. Let's look at the furniture one here first. Justice will be served. Yeah, there's some balancing coming in here. Justice card, it does, if that is contracts and legal stuff, and so I feel like you will be getting the rest of your furniture from the removal company. Um, if like by Wednesday you don't hear from them, I'd give them a call and because I feel like there's with that justice card, there's legal obligations and contractual stuff, and it's like snap, chop, chop, people, let's go. But I feel positive with that energy. It just feels very structured with this justice, coming in there. Let's see what else they want you to know for the rest of the week here. All right. Wow, I got 3 major arcana first. So you got the moon card. And there's a lot of I don't know, it's like some things are being revealed. Let me just cover something up here. I'll do it this way. So you got the star card, which is dreams come true, energy, right? Balance, the star in the sky. And then you also have the judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to this higher place. So there's a lot of hidden and unknown things and revelations that are coming here for you this week. And they feel powerful. I mean, 3 major arcana, of course, are major. They're significant revelations. And I feel like it has to do with career, with calling of life. What do you want to do to share this amazing gift of who you are inside with the world? And so it's like there is this hidden unknown stuff that bubbles up to the surface during this week. I like that. Yeah, here you go. Another major arcana with the hermit. So there's a lot of revelations that come in here from spirit, and the star card is the star that's in the lantern. So they're showing you about yourself, and this eight of pentacles is all about doing the work and ready for like an apprentice to become a master, moving up and having movement that unfolds because of the work that you've done and where you're investing in your life. So there is this clarity. This could also represent schooling. Um, and so if there's something that you're wanting to do with your life and it requires certification or higher education or something like that, or extra training or whatever, it's very supported here. And I feel like there is this huge aha that happens this week for you when deciding what you're wanting to do. But it just feels like something clicks within you going, I know what I want to do and who I want to be in this life. Just feels like a big revelation that kicks in. So I love that for you. Wow. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see what your fortune cookie says here, too. All right. Yeah. So you do have follow your passion, which says if there's something that excites and motivates you, it's a message from your Akashic record that it can lead to your abundance. Don't silence it. Perfect. Follow your heart. Follow where you're being drawn to and guided to. So I love that. All right. That's what they have for you, my dear Patty. So thank you again for your donation. And then Crescent Moon, hello, hello, and shout out to Kelly. Hey, Kelly, one of my YouTube channel members. You'll be up next after Crescent Moon. So let's give that a love and a like there because it lets me. So a deep dive on CS and U for November and December. All right. Let's find out here what is happening. Give this a couple shuffles. All righty. So deep dive. Hey, CS and U. So November. Like those are November, and then these are December. All right. Excuse me. Take another sip here. I'm getting all choked up already. There, Crescent Moon. Aw, you're so sweet. Good to see you too. Bottom of the deck, you do have the Queen of Cups. So trust your intuition. Trust that what you're picking up from your gut, not your emotions only, but your gut instinct. Trust that over these next couple months, because your intuition is really heightened, and I feel like you're really picking up some important emotions coming in. We'll see what all that means here. So mysterious. So November, Ace of Swords. Definitely communication, clarity. Really, I feel like a lot of energy coming in with that here. Let's see what's being revealed. A lot of energy, a lot of messages from spirit. This makes sense with the Queen of Cups. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of synchronicities, a lot of things happening. It's interesting. It almost feels like they even recognize it. They're going, well, that's weird. And you're going, not in my world. I just feel like there's this, um, you know, recognition and acknowledgement of all these messages and, you know, repeating numbers and overhearing conversations and coming across things and doing things like that as well. So I like that. November is a huge, lot of clarity, a lot of communication coming in to spirit for you. I know this is supposed to be between you and CS, but they're like, well, just know this is your environment that you're having. You're like seeing messages and feeling things and all over the place. Yeah. Then you have the Six of Pentacles, which is a good balance in the outside world of giving and receiving to one another, and the Eight of Pentacles. So the work that's been put in, the blood, the sweat, the tears, especially with both the six and the eight, you got a real kind of stabilized interactions between the two of you in the month of November with both of these. So there is progression, there's movement, there is evolution happening in the outside world, especially in the physical world. Okay. And then let's see what happens into December here. Let's see where this is going. Yeah, and you have the Ace of Pentacles. So some new opportunities, something happening in the outside world. Yeah, there's a lot of with the Seven of Cups, there is this emotion that's being a lot of different emotion that's coming in here. Um, so it does feel, I want to say like there's a leap forward in December, but it's like if what I'm seeing is like a let's see, that's crazy. Oh, that's funny. You're like, "Welcome to my world." That's great. I love spirit. But what they showed me is, like, in some cities, they have, like, to get on a freeway, they have the little stoplights, and they have, like, 2 lanes that go onto a freeway, and they alter it every couple seconds, and it's like there's this backing up of, people trying to get on the freeway, and it's like, it's like a drag race between the 2 people. When it turns green, it's like, someone lets the other one in because it goes down to 1 lane to get onto the freeway. And I feel like you guys have been waiting and waiting and waiting to get up to the, to the light, and you guys are moving up to that light, and it's about to turn green, and you guys are about to head off on the freeway. So something that's been feeling like it's been kinda going slow and going slow, you guys are about to take off, and that's what I feel with this energy. I love spirit. Yeah, because you got the Ace of Pentacles, and then it leaps forward to the Page of Pentacles. It jumps from 1 to 11 that comes in here, right? Because that's what the Ace of Pentacles is, the number 1, and the, page comes after the 10. It goes 1 to 10 and then the page, which would be like number 11. So that's the leap forward in the outside world, especially all this pentacle energy that's coming in. Where's this leading you? Wow. And then Two of Pentacles, balance and cycles um, in this, you know, um, it feels like it balances out later in December, but I just feel like whoa, it's like a big leap. And then, because it's like the speeding up from 0 to get up to like 70 miles an hour in the outside world. Um, you know, then you don't keep accelerating, you maintain your speed. And that's kind of what I feel is coming in with that there in December. All right. Yep. And then it all ends. Sorry. Well, better luck next time. I'm just kidding, of course. So, a rebirth. I love that. It's a restart. And again, it's like this is all talking about one stage ends and another begins. It's like the caterpillar's life ends in order for the butterfly to be born. And that's what I feel like this is coming in here. Is there's this significant transformation that happens toward the end of December, or at least you know you enter the chrysalis to enter into that in the um, you know, into 2025 for the birthing, but you guys definitely are ready to start the cocooning to a new transformation that will happen there. And it does lead. We had the Seven of Wands come in here, and this being true to each other's authentic selves and not asking permission to shine or dimming your lights. It's not defending yourself against others. It just feels like there's this um I forget what there was a movie, something in me against the world. And this is what it feels like. It's like, but this is you guys together, that you kind of just stand against the world in a way, not caring what people think, not caring, what people are, opinions, blah, 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 blah. But there's this, um, awesome, like that leap that they're suddenly like, well, wait a minute, you guys are moving kind of fast, and for you, you're like, but for some of them, maybe. And that's where I feel this Three of Wands comes in on the bottom of the deck because it is um, taking a different course than you guys had thought, right? And it's a positive thing though too. So I like that. So it feels like it's all good stuff that's unfolding there. I don't feel like any stranger danger energy that's coming in there. Yeah, I don't feel like I've used up all of my other Akashic Tarot for the what was I calling them? The after dinner mints or fortune cookie. But I have these guardian angel cards that I had because I knew I was gonna eventually run out this weekend on those. So we're gonna use these. And you got prayer. Pray, pray. I love the side of these cards. Just the back of them is amazing. Says, "Dear guardian angel, help me dissolve past guilt or regret. Help me see that all is always in perfect and divine order. Help me let go of the fear that I project on my future. Help me to live fully within each precious moment and feel your eternal love within and around me. Help me to realize and fulfill my true potential. Thank you." I love that card coming in. So, a lot of different things and going on with your schedules. When is there an opportunity for us to see each other, to be able to spend quality time together? I like that. I didn't see that until after I pulled your fortune cookie card, because with that, it's I have this energy where it says um, about oh, there it is, always in perfect and divine order. That trusting that the timing is always perfect. And on one hand, there's the if I focus on we don't have enough time together. We don't have enough time together. I want to see them more. Wanting and missing energy actually pushes them away. And how that works with our energy, because our energy is what draws things to us, right? Which I know you know. But it's a good reminder that if I'm focusing on I'm missing, 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 then my energy says, you know what I enjoy? Missing. Can I miss them more? Can you like make me not see them even less? Sure, and then my wanting, I want to spend more time with them. I want to spend more time with them. My energy is telling the universe, I enjoy wanting, not having, but wanting. And so it'll push it away more because it's thinking my energy is telling them I want to want more, not have more, but I want to want more and more and more. Um, and so, there's this great energy of when I focus on the gratitude for the time we do spend together, sincerely going, I love it so much when we spend time together. I love this about it. I love this about them. When we focus our higher vibration and unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude, then we draw more of that in. Our energy draws more of that in. So I feel like that's important there, but also honoring time away from one another because trusting that the perfect timing of things happens, you know, um, because if things are moving slow, that is giving us time and them time to both raise our love vibration so we don't draw in lower vibrational experiences with each other. Gives us time to question our thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, our, emotions that don't serve us anymore, decluttering our minds, our hearts, our energy, our physical world, and it gives us time to do all that. And so we honor that, but at the same time also have gratitude, and that can make a change in it too. So I feel like that's what they want you to know about that, because it's all based on those energies. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm sure it does. All right, so that's what they have for you, Crescent Moon. So many blessings to you. Thank you for your donation. Right, and then Kelly, thank you for your excuse me, choking on my spit. Thank you for your donation. All right. So Kelly. Oh, and hey CJ, didn't see you sneak in there. Shout out to another one of my YouTube channel members. So super chat, what do the angels want you to know about you telling your sister about the program that you'll be doing? Why is telling her in advance better than telling her after you finished it? Okay. So what do they, okay. Oh, I don't know what the cards are yet, but I feel this feeling that your sister kind of has felt like a third wheel or an extra wheel or um you know part of, like, not a part of things in her life. I'm not sure if that's family or whatever, but I feel like when the energy the angels were giving me for you is like it makes them feel special. It makes them feel like, what, you're telling me? And um it just um allows them to feel like a part of your life. But they feel, again, this special feeling comes in. Let's see what else they have here as well. Yeah, I feel like too, um, that because I feel like the relationship between you guys has been expanding and expanding and expanding. And I feel like what she has here is, this is a new way of looking at things. This is the regular expectations, but I feel like she brings in some different perspectives on the project, gives you some ideas that sparks some new ways of looking at things. And I feel like she's different. I like that. She's different than you are, and you're different than she is. And I feel like she can give you a different perspective that you didn't think of on the project and different things. And so as you tell her, she's just like, "Oh, that's cool. Have you ever thought of it in blah blah blah?" Just, she just throws out an idea and you're like, "Oh wow." And it just makes you think of this and this. It's like it's not the idea that you take completely on, but the idea sparks you to look at it a different way, and it gives you a little different twist of things, if that makes sense. So I like that. Let's see what else here. Yeah. So, one, you have the hanged man, so it does allow you to see things from a different perspective, but it also, um, here's the energy, and this is actually the energy that I was feeling when I was right in the middle of the cards, this feeling of making her feel special, and it has an emotional movement, and um, between the two of you, it just like it it creates a stronger emotional bond between the two of you. So I like it. It's just it feels like it's an invitation to be more of a part of your life in doing so. And that's the way they kind of take it. So I like that. And yeah. Patience. Wow. So they have the 7 of Cups too. There's all this emotion. I feel like it that you learn here because the Knight of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles, these are two of the patience cards. Slowest moving knight. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, and a lot of emotion. But I feel like in sharing this with them, that it helps you grow in your patience with your sister. I feel like the underlying energy, there might have been a lot of drama and a lot of energy in the past. Um, and I just feel like it as you share more and because you're different now, you're seeing your sister from a different perspective. And slowly, as it doesn't mean that like she's your best friend bud and you know and you're sharing everything, but it shows progression, that there's this opening up over time and that you guys do open up emotions over time together, so I like that. Oh wow, yeah, yeah. But I feel like it will help both of you in sharing those things too. That vulnerability allows them to open up too. Wow, I love that. Beautiful. And then I have a guardian angel card for your fortune cookie. So let's see what we have here. Yeah. And here, this is a wonderful transformation. We've got guilt here. And I just like showing these side of the cards too, because it's a beautiful artistry. So, guilt, you do not need another's approval to feel worthy of love, regardless of what you've done or what you think you've failed to do. From your soul's perspective, there's neither right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you expand your awareness of love so that you may embrace ever greater spheres of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong. I love that. What a great message. All right. Hey, Moonlight. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Shout out to one of my other YouTube channel members. And I'm actually headed out here in a momentito here. Let me grab your question. But you'll be up first when I return. And let me grab all this. So for everyone else, what I do on Sundays is I'm on for about 2 hours, and I almost completed all of the donations. I just have Moonlight, and then when I come back, Moonlight will be first. We'll deep dive into your question, and then for my YouTube channel members, they'll be up next, and then I'll complete all free readings today. So we will come back on, but I'll be spending about an hour with my Praying Mantis members or so, and then I'm going to eat, and then I'll be back on this afternoon, and I will finish all readings sometime today. So I will be back on, and what I do is when I come back, um, sorry, trying to do two things at once doesn't always work. There we go. Um, I In the stream, I do post a comment afterwards listing the order in which the readings were completed so you can spot your reading faster, since there won't be a chat in that one when I come back. So I do list it there. All right. Just scroll down a little bit here. Okay. All right. um, so as I just mentioned, I have not done any of the free readings yet. Um, I'm about to head off here in like 2 seconds to go spend about an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members. So, but I will be back and I will complete everyone's. And so thank you guys for your patience on getting to your readings. And I'm so grateful for all of you and your love and your senses of humor and your thirst for hearing from spirit. So I shall return. And so just remember in the meantime that every second of every day of your lives, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.